TNA's first pay-per-view was pretty poor. Its second one was alright, so that means that judged by that logic that tonight's pay-per-view is going to be freaking brilliant, isn't it? Isn't it? Bob, 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 bob. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. It's another episode of 10 years ago, and tonight we're going to be focusing on TNA Final Resolution 2005. Now you may remember that WWE New Year's resolution was 1 week ago, and I gave that bollocks of a show 2 out of 10 because I was in a very good mood. So this pay-per-view needs to be a 3 out of 10 at worst, and yeah, it's the best pay-per-view of the year so far, isn't it? It is January the 16th, 2005, and we're live at the Impact Zone with the usual amount of people who haven't paid to get in. No dark matches on this one whatsoever, so we shall get on with it. Our opening package focuses quite rightly on the Ultimate X match that will be coming up later on tonight. And then Shane Douglas talks to Jeff Jarrett about the #1 contenders three-way match that there is later on tonight. He talks about his potential opponents, Monty, DDP and Kevin Nash, and then he says that he will remain the NWA champion. Our opening contest of the evening is the 3 Live Crew members, Ron Killings, Conan and BG James, defeating Kazarian, Matt Bentley and Christopher Daniels in a good opener. Things I don't like about the 3 Live Crew include that they have the introduction done by Conan and of course the former Road Dogg as well. You get them both one after the other. I think I might have said that last time. Don't like that. Main event to curtain jerker for Christopher Daniels. That's quite a step down, isn't it, from last time? So, Conan and Daniels with some lovely mat work to start us off, and legit impressive from Conan. You know, if you've been watching my vids for a while, I don't rate the guy at all. So it was nice to see him doing some nice stuff. He has a nice rolling lariat and then a spinebuster on Bentley. Truth in, he gets a top rope leg drop to the balls of Bentley, which is nice. And then a nice crossbody. Shane gets a jawbreaker. And I don't know why I said Shane, I meant Bentley. I don't know why I put Shane there. Bentley gets a jawbreaker and tags in Kazarian. He gets double teamed by the crew until he can get a tag to Bentley, but the referee won't allow it. It's an interesting one because, of course, you've got the 6-sided ring, so these guys are in the corner, but of course there's another corner just here, so he's stood in that corner, gets the tag. Referee's like, no, you're in the wrong corner there, mate. I like that. That's a nice little touch. More beats for Kazarian. Interesting one. Who are the heels here? Because the 3 Live Crew they're wrestling as heels, fast tags, you know, double teaming, all that. So you start going, I'm just so I know, the crew are the baby faces, aren't they? But then Daniels tags in and gets a drop kick. Kazin, he gets a slingshot drop kick, and so we start doing the fast tags, double teaming from the heels. So yeah, like I say, the 3 Live Crew are definitely the baby faces. It was just that confusing moment for a bit. James gets some beats, but gets a desperation powerbomb and tags in Truth, who cleans house, hits an axe kick on Bentley for 2, but then hits a massive super kick from Kazarian. Conan gets the X Factor on Daniels, but he and Bentley both attempt to clothesline, so we get a 10 count from the referee. You know this spot, well, everyone's seen it. It's on at least one pay-per-view. You want every pay-per-view, isn't it? Both go for a clothesline, both get knocked down, referee counts to 10. It's a rest spot, you know, isn't it? What bothers me about this time is that these idiot fans, for the first of many times this evening, TNA, for a double clothesline. I will always say that I would probably put up with the TNA chant over silence, because I do like me crowd noise, as you know. But by the saints, this is one of the things that I think will become a common feature in this series, in this season of 10 years ago, the idiot fans chanting TNA repeatedly when they shouldn't be. I've got on my notes here, in capitals, there's an X Division match coming up later on. Are you just going to chant it throughout the match? Because if you're prepared to chant TNA, like this is a great thing and I'm loving it, yeah, off a double clothesline, sure, the spot fest that will be the Ultimate X, literally from the moment that whoever comes out first, from the moment that they come out, just start chanting TNA. The match goes 19 minutes. Just chant TNA for 19 minutes for all the spots, yeah? Do you reckon that'll be the case? Fucking A. Anyway, that's just me nitpicking. So, Conan gets a reverse DDT on Bentley after his teammate had chucked Daniels and Kaz to the outside. The crew wants another top rope leg drop, but Kaz blocks it, pulling Truth to the outside. Daniels wants an Assay moonsault onto Kaz, but Truth moves. Onto Truth. So the Fallen Angel lands on Kaz. drawing allowed, and second TNA chant. TNA. Yeah, that one all right, we'll let that one go. Lovely triple team powerbomb super kick combination gets the win for the crew. Nothing wrong with this one, folks. Was a touch confusing at first. Maybe it was just me. It probably was just me. The crew isolate an opponent, like I say, so it just makes you feel like they're the heels. Anyway, no one looked bad. Conan put a shift in, 8:21. It was short enough so that it was just a right length for me. I enjoyed this one a lot. I'll give it 2 stars. In the back, Trinity and Tracy both want some of Dusty Rhodes by the looks. Then you can tell Dusty's booking the company himself at the moment. So like, yep, obviously the 2 hottest birds in the company want a bit of my fat ass, you know, sort of thing. He has set up, and this is one of those, why is this not an Impact? He has set up a scavenger hunt, okay, for the 2 of them and some guy called Johnny Fairplay. Whoever gets all the items on the scavenger hunt will be Dusty Rhodes' assistant. And they're going to do this on the pay-per-view. Not on it. This isn't something that's going to be on Impact. This is tonight. Right. So, Elix Skipper defeating Sonjay Dutt in a really good open second match. So this one starts fast. This is like watching Lucha Libre. It's so bloody quick. Flips and counters and, well, shit, to be honest. Fans erupt into a TNA chant about 30 seconds in, but go on, I'll give them that one. They slow it down and go outside. I say slow it down, but then Dutt gets a somersault off the guardrail. TNA, TNA. He follows with a pair of arm breakers and a springboard drop kick to the arm. We have psychology, folks, here, and it's like, it makes me sit up and take notice. Like, ooh, then, because Lucha Libre doesn't do much for me, as most people know. Flippy, well done, yeah, great, well done. But yeah, put a touch of psychology into it, and that's one of those. Right, let's see if they focus on that body part. Dutt wrenches the arm, then goes for head scissors. Prime Time looks like he has it counted, but the arm gives out, so Dutt hits another arm breaker. Dutt goes up top, an incredible spot. Skipper leaps onto the ropes, and from a standing position, leaps onto the ropes, and then drop kicks Dutt off the top rope. Amazing. Genuinely brilliant. Skipper sells the arm nicely as he starts to work the back of Dutt, rams him into the apron, and then drops him bollock first onto the guardrail. TNA, TNA. The spot before, fuck that one, interesting. That is just been dropped bollock first on the guardrail. Time to chant for my favourite promotion, for fuck's sake. Skipper with what I can only call a chicken wing slam. Okay, it hurts Skipper's arm, so he sells it some more. Great stuff. And of course, it's the back of Dutt. Skipper with a soccer kick to the back, and then a nice little move where he attempts a kick. Dutt ducks it. So he kicks him. Dutt ducks it. So he does it. He literally just spins straight away and does a back kick. That looked really nice. I'm such a moron, aren't I? Dutt ducks it. Dutt counters the POD, but eats knees when he wants a line salt. Skipper with gut wrench slam on a lariat. TNA, TNA, TNA. Sunset flip bomb by Dutt. TNA, TNA. Dutt fires up with a drop kick and a lariat, and a lovely back suplex gets 2. He follows with a stunner of a tornado DDT that gets 2. No TNA chant for that one, though. Come on. Dutt wants a Phoenix Splasher, but it lands on his feet when Skipper moves. Elix launches Dutt into the ropes, then a lovely spinning rock bottom gets the win for Skipper at 10 minutes and 13 seconds. Flips and shit, but with psychology worked in. Oh, Lord, it didn't play any part into the finish, obviously, but, you know. That's just nitpicking, isn't it? I really enjoyed this match. Like I say, psychology didn't actually affect the finish. It was one of those, why are you doing it? But at the same time, just for the fact that I wasn't expecting it, I enjoyed it for that. The crowd were hot, even with the stupid TNA fans. You know, I know they do the TNA chants, but they are hot for everything else. So, you know, you've got to give them credit for that. Yeah, good moves, breathtaking stuff. Nothing bad at all. Love it. We get a video package for someone. Some guy is coming. It looks like the Ultimate Warrior. It looks like you see some face paint that looks just like the Ultimate Warriors. And then Nash and DDP plot against Monty Brown. Can Petey trust Nash? Then we get a package for the upcoming Kash versus Dustin Rhodes match. Kash doesn't like the Rhodes lads, so we have our match. Now, of course, you start to think to yourself, Dustin Rhodes, like really, wherever Dusty goes, Dustin will surely follow, as has been the case his entire career. Well, apart from Goldust, obviously. Yeah. You're into this one, you're thinking this isn't going to be very good at all, is it? So Dustin Rhodes defeating Kid Kash in a good match. Size difference is crazy here. You don't think in the big bad world of WWE that Goldust is a particularly big bloke, but here there is a couple of feet between them, I swear. So Dustin starts strong, including a nice back cracker. They go up top where Kash wants a superplex, but it's countered, and Kash hurts the leg when he lands. The referee won't let Dustin near Kash as the fans chant bullshit straight away. They're like, no, he's really not injured. Bullshit. And of course, he's faking it, going low while the ref is conferring with Borash on the outside. So now, Kid Kash goes to work on the leg of Dustin with a drop kick right on the knee, then an elbow drop, and then a pair of knee smashes. Ooh, you can probably imagine what I'm thinking with this one. Dustin gets a clothesline, but Kash kicks the leg, then puts on a spinning toe hold. Excuse me a second. Dustin gets a small package, but Kash goes straight back to the leg, draping it over the ropes and kicking it. It's lovely stuff. And then he follows up with a fucking stunner of a move, because Dustin's down, Kash goes up top, he does a frog splash, doesn't land on the chest though, no, lands on the leg. And then he puts on a figure four. Even better, the commentary, I've got to say, this is probably the only time I mention this tonight, which has got to be a good thing. Commentary doesn't bother me at all in this one. Just doesn't bother me. Don West is good. His problem is that he gets too excited. I've had the TNA reviews. Gets too excited, so that he talks about a generic move will go down. Oh my god! So that when the really amazing move goes down, he talks in the same voice. So it doesn't have the same appeal. But Don West says here that Kash isn't trying to win this match. He's just trying to injure Rhodes. So I like the figure four and I like the work in the leg. That makes perfect sense. Dustin rolls the move over, so Kash breaks it. Dustin with a sleeper, but Kash transitions into one of her own. Quite funny enough, because Kash is so much smaller than Dustin, he actually struggles to get the sleeper on. That's what I was talking about at the start of the match. With the size difference, it's one of those suspension of disbelief here. It's quite difficult, you know? Well, I mean, it's not. It's big guy versus little guy. It's just that the big guy isn't that big. Do you know? Does that make sense? Dustin fights back with punches, all while hopping on one leg. He gets get this, man. He gets an atomic drop, right? So Kash comes down, and he atomic drops him. But the way that he comes down means that he drops down onto one knee. And the way it's obvious, it's the injured knee. So he bounces back out, and on his back, he's really holding the leg. Oh, man, I love it. Crowd get back into my good books by chanting, walk it off. Fucking great. Kash goes up top, gets a crossbody, rolls Rhodes through it for a 2 count. Curtain call is countered so Kash can get 2 off an insecurity. Kash argues with the ref, giving him a shove, so the referee shoves him down on his ass, allowing Rhodes to get a bulldog for the win, 10-50. And I went into this one expecting a dud, and I freaking loved it. This was a good match. It was absolutely, nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Oh, yeah, you could say, nitpickers could say about the referee that shouldn't ever happen. The referee shouldn't shove back because that's the referee getting himself over. But I don't think it was his idea. So, storytelling was great. Absolutely loved it. Don't like the bulldog finish. I've got to say, you've got better finishes than that. But it's the way he came down. Kash came down on the side of his head on the mat, and the way he bounced, yeah, that will do. That will do the trick. But like I say, it went 10-50, so it was a decent length. The crowd were hot for the whole thing. And yeah, I was expecting so little, but they told a good story in there. So this was really good. 3 stars. But fuck the match. We need to know how Johnny Fairplay is getting in, don't we? He finds Dusty Rhodes' hat. Dusty had said, the clue is right under your hat. So Fairplay finds the hat, lifts it up, and it says clue underneath it. And you just start going, this is fucking awful. If this was on Impact, this would be awful. But come on a pay-per-view. A great video package highlighting the friendship between Nash and Jarrett, the friendship between Nash and Paige, and how Monty Brown had fought Jeff Jarrett on Impact and had taken him to the limit. Had almost beaten him. And then another video package. This one shows how Raven drove a wedge between Erik Watts and DDP. Raven was fucking around with Watts, going so far as calling Watts his wife and pretending to be Paige and saying Eric's having an affair. This continued until Raven was basically bragging to DDP, I've done all this stuff, and of course, he even said, and Eric's behind me, isn't he? So Erik, stops, because basically Raven had been fucking around with Watts and basically was controlling him. Raven drove the wedge between the friendship of Watts and DDP, as we saw last month, and yada yada yada. And it's one of those things where the video package makes this look so much better than it probably actually is. Does that make sense? Because I've got it all written down in my notes there, and then I've got ... or something like that, because it was just hard to follow. So Erik Watts defeating Raven in an okay match. I've got written on my notes here, I want to say, Watts. But after Rhodes' performance in the last match, we are prepared to give him the benefit of the doubt. At the end of the day, this pay-per-view has been very good so far. So you start going, come on, let's keep it going. So, We go outside a whole 10 seconds into the match where Raven rushing leg sweeps Watts into the barrier. The fans chant one more time and Raven's a good guy, so he acquiesced to their request, hits the Russian leg sweep again. TNA, TNA, TNA. Watts lands on the second one, his right arm really whacks into the barrier, so he starts to sell the arm. And you start going, hang on a sec, we're not going to get 2 in a row, are we? Are we? Are we? Raven controls with punches. He wants an elbow in the corner, but Watts counters into a weird springboard dropkick. It does not look nice. And what I mean by that is, what he does is he sort of he pushes himself up in one of the corners. And you know when they're doing a void, when someone, how do you explain it? Someone gets, Hogan, come here. Hogan and Slaughter, yes. It's WrestleMania all over again. So, hope this works. Hogan gets whipped into the turnbuckle, right? It's into the turnbuckle. And Slaughter finishes him, follows him, because you know how athletic he is, and he comes in, right? And Hogan would normally, he sort of pushes himself up on the ropes and goes over, yeah? That's what Watts does, but he goes up, and then as he's coming in, he drop kicks down. Does that make sense? I hope so. Yeah. WrestleMania. So, yeah, he does that, and it does not look pretty at all. We go up the ramp. Ref doesn't bother counting him out, but then why would he? Watts is still selling the arm, by the way. He hits a leg sweep of his own into a barrier. It looks so poor compared to Raven's, I'm afraid to say. He drops Raven, ball at first, onto the barrier. No TNA chant, but he gets a chokeslam, doesn't cover, instead choosing to get a chair. Referee gets rid of it, so Raven goes low. He gets the chair, sets it up in the corner, and slams Watts' head into it, and is disqualified. No, he's not disqualified at all, because fuck it. Match continues. Watts bulldog Raven onto the chair, and is disqualified. No, he's not disqualified at all. No, the match just continues. Referee just shrugs his shoulders. It's almost like, I suppose it's like, well, you got one each now. How's that sound? Now it's fair. Carry on. And if you do it again, I'll disqualify. Something like that. That's the only thing. But if they explain that, that'd be all right. But there's just nothing. It's just, yeah, whatever. Get on with it. Yeah, just book it as Raven's rules. If that's the way you're going to do it, just do it like that. Or do a ref bump. Or do it sneakily behind the ref's back. I don't care. Just do something. Don't just go, hey, watch this, referee. Ding. And the referee goes, yeah. Because that's what they used to do in WCW, and it bugs the fuck out of me, because it means that anytime you do have a disqualification finish, it's stupid. This is a company where the titles can change hands on a DQ, for fuck's sake. Come on. Watts gets a clothesline off a chair. Sorry, and then Watts gets a clothesline off a chair. He wants a clothesline off the chair, sorry. You know, like a whisper in the wind sort of thing. You know, jumps off the chair, clothesline. Gets it, but he sells the arm as he lands. He gets a big groups and some mounted punches, then follows with a buckle bomb for 2. Raven comes back with an ankle lock. Watts counters, but walks into a super kick for 2. Raven turns Watts inside out with a clothesline. We get a sloppy as hell submission sequence. Watts wants an STF. Struggles to get it on. Raven transitions into an ankle lock again. It does not look nice, let's put it that way. Watts escapes, but Raven holds onto the leg. So Watts pushes him into the corner and chokes with the foot in a nice little moment. He wants a chokeslam again. He gets it. But fucking days, it looks horrible. And the thing is, it's not a... Your first thinking is, when he does it, you're thinking, oh, the arm gave out, so he can't do the chokeslam. And that's all right, yeah? But they repeat the spot. So it was not only was it a botch, yeah? So they go, oh, best do it again. But the second chokeslam is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. So you're just going, so yeah, that was definitely a botch, because if they'd just done that, ow, fuck, that really hurt. If they'd just done that, yeah, they could have got away with it, in my opinion, because it just was like, oh, the arm gave out, oh no, but they, oh, no. Oh, anyway, it gets the win. 10 minutes and 19 seconds. Hard to rate because there's some good stuff in there. Your expectations were exceedingly low. Watts looked like he was really trying. So this is not a very nice thing to say, I'm afraid, but Watts just isn't a very good wrestler. He was trying so hard, it looked like there, but there was a couple of botches in there that were horrible. The STF he tried to put on, oh man, it was bad. And that, like I say, that chokeslam, if they'd just done something else, you know? I don't know what else they could have done, but it was just one of those, because it was the finish, but it was just one of those, oh, no. I'm going to go 1.5 stars because I'm in a good mood, and so far the pay-per-view I've enjoyed the pay-per-view because it was the right length. It was 10:19, crowd was as hot as they could be for it. Raven then apologises to Watts, and then smashes a garbage can into his face, obviously, because why not? We shill against all odds. The next show. Jeff Hardy defeating Scott Hall in a poor match. This is the worst match of the show, in my opinion. Roddy Piper is the guest referee, because, just is. Hall looks wasted. Big surprise, I know. Jeff Hardy's music is fucking awful, isn't it? It really is shite. In a funny moment, Roddy Piper finds loads of plunder in Hall's Elvis costume, because of course he is still the king of wrestling, even if Jeff Jarrett and Kevin Nash aren't. Then Hall searches Piper and finds some handcuffs on him, because reasons. Hardy with a pair of spinning kicks, one off the ropes. Hall gets full away slam for a slow 2 count. Hardy rolls up Hall for a much faster 2 count. So like, right, yeah, Piper is definitely on Jeff's side. And you start going, well, he's going to turn on him, isn't he? He's just, no, it's not. It's not WCW, come on. Hall and Piper argue, which leads to another Hardy 2 counts. Hall bails, so Hardy springboards onto him and then throws him into the steps. Inside, he goes low with a double leg drop, but Hall is able to take control with punches and then locks on a modified STF sort of thing. It's more like a regal stretch. This is true. He gets 2 off a chokeslam, then throws Hardy into Piper so they can get a pair of brass knucks from under a turnbuckle pad, but before he can use them, Piper recovers, pokes the eye, allowing Hardy to get the Twisted Fate and the Swanton Bomb for the win. 5 minutes and 42 seconds. This match was as overbooked as it could possibly be, but I can't complain too much just because it was short. It only went 6 minutes, so it's like one of those, yeah, it's blink and you miss it sort of thing. But then, after the match, Hardy gets on the mic and he basically yells that he's going after Jeff Jarrett. He does 2 promos, but there's not really much to say in either of them. And then Abyss appears, hitting Jeff Hardy with the shock treatment. And then a black hole slam. This is when Abyss has left TNA. He apparently, if I'm wrong on this, well, let me know in the comments. But as far as I believe it, Abyss asked for a raise and wasn't given one. So basically demanded that he wanted out of his contract. And he went to WWE and said, "Hey, I'm free. Let's do this Kane Undertaker Abyss storyline that we've wanted to do for years." And the WWE went, no. So Abyss went back to TNA, probably for the same amount of pay. So it's one of those that didn't work out well, did it? If that's not right, please let me know in the comments, because as you know, I didn't actually follow TNA very much at this point. So it's one of those I just heard I think I read in Power Slam about it years ago. In the back, Tracy Brooks and Trinity tried to talk to some guy into telling them where Dusty's clue is, and he won't, which is lovely. So Monty Brown defeating DDP and Kevin Nash in an elimination match to become the #1 contender for the title later on tonight. Eliminations, you'll like this, are by pinfall, by submission, or by over the top rope. Now, I'm a very cynical man, as you know, but that is there so that Kevin Nash doesn't have to do a job, isn't it? It's that simple. I ain't getting pinned by this fucker. I know he's the hottest guy in the company at the moment, but fuck that. How many bumps will Kevin Nash take? Because of that rule, I'm going to go with a fat 0. Fuck all. I'll give them credit. There is interest in this match. If Nash wins, he faces, so-called best mate, Jeff Jarrett. As a fan, you know you want Monty to win. You want him to batter Jeff Jarrett and win the belt. That's what's going to happen tonight, isn't it? Paige's Smells Like Teen Spirit rip-off music is terrible. Monty Brown's Disturbed. What's the tune? What's the tune? Oh, I can't remember. It sounds like a Disturbed tune. I'll be sat there as soon as I click off. I know what it is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, both their musics are shit. Nash proves he's the smartest man in wrestling by just leaning on the ropes. It's just like, go on then. In one of the corners, as Brown and Paige go at it, he's just sat there watching the whole time. Fuck it. Paige and Brown go at it, like I say. Paige wants the cutter in the first minute, but it's quickly countered. The commentators really put on over Brown tonight. Tonight's the night, lads. You know that he's winning the championship tonight. It's that simple. Nash wants some of Brown, so they lock up. Brown pushes him into the corner, and they break, and that's enough for Nash. No, he unloads punches and gets this nice sidewalk slam for 2. Paige gets a pair of punches, but eats the DDT for 2 that Nash breaks up. Paige and Nash give out a double beatdown, but when Nash changes his mind, right, in one of those, why would we even do that? He changes his mind, charges at Paige, Paige sees him coming, moves out of the way, Nash's own momentum means he sails over the top rope and is eliminated. No. Pointless. So now it's Paige and Brown. Winner is the #1 contender. Paige gets a diamond cutter, but it only gets 2 as Nash pulls Paige out and whips him into the ring post. Inside, an inside cradle gets 2 for Brown, as does 1 on Paige. For Paige, sorry. A lariat gets 2 for Paige, then eats a pair of corner clotheslines and a fall-away slam. A power slam gets 2 for Brown. Paige goes to the cutter again, but it's counted into the pants, for Brown at 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Paige bumped like an absolute boss for Brown here. Really did everything in his power to make Brown look like a star. Kevin Nash didn't, on the other hand, because why would he? Match was too short in my opinion, and to be honest, I really think that Page and Nash should have absolutely destroyed Monty Brown in this one, and then Monty Brown, because it tells a better story in the main event, doesn't it? It's one of those times where it's like, come on, just do it like this, and everything's better. So you get beat down, right? You then luckily eliminate one of them, right? So you eliminate Nash, luckily, you know. He just managed to dig down deep. He gets more of a beat down by Page, and then he manages to hulk up and win the match. The match needs to go about 15 minutes. You really need to take an ass whooping. All right, that way there's more intrigue going into the main event, because look, Jeff Jarrett's fresh, Monty Brown's not. He's really tired. He's gone through a gutsy match, but he can still go through all the shenanigans and still come out on top. Wins clean, nice and simple. That's the way that I would book it, but they don't. So Monty Brown basically, you know, he got a little bit of a beat down from Nash and Page, and then, well, battered Page, to be honest, for 5 minutes, and then won. You know, so hit all his signature moves on him, and then just beat him clean, 1, 2, 3, all done, and then shakes his hand. Right, okay, that's what we're doing, are we? Okay. America's Most Wanted, which of course is Chris Harris and James Storm, defeating Team Canada members Bobby Roode and Erik Young in a really good match to win the NWA World Tag Team titles. So we brawl on the entrance way to start. Young suplexes Storm on the ramp, but Storm comes back with a head scissors just because he can. And this is an interesting one, because when he hits the head scissors, Young's head bounces very hard off the ramp, sorry, and he gets up and he's got the biggest lump on his head. It's fucking huge. It's scary how big it is. Team Canada is sent to the guardrail and finally end up in the ring. Young and Harris start us off. Like I say, Young has a true massive bump on his forehead. He's knocked to the outside a few times, so tries to bail a few times. Harris has none of it and uses Roode as a battering ram, literally throwing him at Young. And then while Roode's on the outside, Young gets back in, so they fucking launch him over the top ropes onto Roode. That looked great. Inside, Storm is attacked by Young, so Roode can get a neck breaker, and the heels take control with some Healy double teaming, choking with the ropes, quick tags, arguing with the ref. It's all good stuff. Team Canada are evil, of course, so it's Chinlock City. The crowd are firmly behind AMW and include the obligatory USA chants. Storm escapes, but it's nothing more than nothing as the beatdown continues. They use Harris to distract the referee and double team Storm some more until he can get an insecurity on Roode and then one on Young, which knocks him off the apron. But when Storm tries to get the tag, evil Roode knocks Harris off the apron, so there's more of a beatdown, and it's just wonderful because the crowd, you'd think that they get bored. In WWE they probably would, but in TNA here the crowd are getting more and more like, come on, Storm. They are desperate for him to get this top tag to Harris. It's great. But it's not going to happen. Not yet. Roode knocked Harris off the apron, like I say. And Young to get 2 off a perfect top rope elbow. But he's an evil SOB, so he locks on a headlock. The beatdown of Storm continues until he counters a back suplex and gets the hot tag to Harris, who cleans house, including full Nelson Slam on Roode and a delayed vertical suplex on Young for 2. Storm gets 2 off a power slam, and America's Most Wanted want the death sentence, but Young counters. He wants a superplex, but instead gets a, this is crazy, right? They do a stackplex spot, and it's one of those ones where, on paper, it looks great, because on Storm powerbombs Young, Young superplexes Harris onto Roode, if that makes sense. So in theory, that sounds great, doesn't it? It's just that the Harris-Roode bit just doesn't work. It just, there's a good foot distance between them, and it's just, yeah, it's a good idea on paper. Gets a TNA champ though, so that's something, isn't it? Storm gets a super kick on Roode for 2 as Scott D'Amore pulls the referee out of the ring. He gets surrounded by AMW, who somehow managed to find Rowdy Roddy Piper's handcuffs from earlier on, and they handcuff Scott to part of the Ultimate X structure. Why not? One way to get rid of him, isn't it? Heart attack on Young by America's Most Wanted gets 2. Some bloke called Johnny Devine gets on the apron. No, I know, it's partying out. Johnny Devine gets on the apron with a hockey stick. Harris chases him away, but runs into a rising lariat by Roode. Storm hits a spinning helicopter slam, but Devine smashes the hockey stick into his back so hard that the hockey stick breaks in 2. I really hoped it was a gimmicked one, because fucking hell, that looked nasty. Oh man, I noticed a thing there. Can we just give a rewind there? But Devine smashes the hockey stick into his back so hard that it's cleft in twain. That was much longer stadium, but only would have worked the first time. Damn it. Ref was checking on Harris if you're wondering why he's allowed to hit him with a hockey stick. Our second hockey stick shot is turned into a spinebuster by Harris. Powerbomb neckbreaker combo by America's Most Wanted only gets 2 and is stunner of a near fall. This is the win. No, kicks out at 2 even. Entire building thought that was it. Scattertonic by Harris on Young, but the referee is distracted. Divine tries to put a chair in the ring, but Harris grabs it, but then is lariated from behind, so his face goes onto the chair. That looks really good. The cover gets 2 as Harris gets a foot on the ropes. Young wants the chair, but Divine isn't looking when he isn't looking. Young basically reaches over, wants the chair, and Divine goes like that, bam, because he thinks it is America's Most Wanted. And this is one of the things I don't like, and then just a roll-up gets the win. At 90 minutes and 12 seconds. Do not like that finish. Would much prefer a clean finish here. It was overbooked. It was. But I enjoyed it. Decent length. Interference didn't on me half as much as I was expecting them to, maybe because I was expecting interferences. So, you know, it's one of those things. Crowd were going crazy for the last minutes or 5 minutes, so the near falls in this one were absolutely fantastic. The beatdown Storm was wrestling generic 101, but they did an extended beatdown, but at no point did it get boring. I know we give a generic match 2 stars, generic tag match that I enjoy 2 stars, so I'm happy to go 3.5 here. Happy. In the parking lot, the scavenger hunt continues. Aren't you glad? The girls beat up on Fairplay and steal his clue. They then take it to Dusty, who tells them both, and this is, why are you doing this on pay-per-view? I don't get it, right? Find a tag team that haven't wrestled in TNA. Whoever gets the best team will become Dusty's secretary. And the girls, thinking, I don't know what they're thinking, they both run off. I've got to go and get a tag team right now. It's 10 o'clock at night, isn't it? Like, where are you going to go? Where are you running to? You know what you're going to do? You're going to run to fucking, I don't know, you're going to run to fucking Texas and get the fucking Eric's is what, Von Erichs is what I was going to say. I don't know what I was actually going to say there, but I don't understand why they run away. Anyway, this was terrible, as you can probably imagine. Next, though, isn't terrible. AJ Styles defeating Chris Sabin and PC Williams in a great Ultimate X match to win the X Division Championship. So this is the 6th Ultimate X match in the company's history. The last one, how long ago do you reckon the last one was? The company's been going for, what, 2.5 years at this point? Yeah, that's right. The last one was 6 weeks ago on Impact. And you're just going, no, it wasn't even on Impact. It was on a TV special on Fox. So you're just going, right, you're going to kill this one, aren't you? There's another 2 on pay-per-view this year. Just bear that in mind. Williams has been champion for 5 months. Sabin has won his last 3 Ultimate X matches. So there's a nice little story going in. You know what an Ultimate X match is. It's just the one person who's watching this who doesn't know what an Ultimate X match is. You've got 4 posts around the ring. There's ropes strung between the 2, making a big-ass X. The X Division Championship is put between the 2. And whoever gets the title belt down first, you've got to get the belt down and touch the mat. Whoever gets that. So it doesn't matter if you grab the belt from up the top, yeah, you're not the champion. You've got to touch the mat with it. Okay? Bring on the spots. Hey! After a slugfest, Styles launches Sabin onto Williams in the corner. TNA! Fuck's sake. Sabin wants to climb but is pulled down. Styles tried to springboard off the ropes up onto the belt but it's too high. Sabin is pulled to the outside by Williams, so Styles hits a somersault puncher onto the pair of them. TNA. That one's loud. I'll give you that one. Styles climbs, but is stopped by Sabin because fuck, that's selling shit. That's bollocks. Sabin gets a drop kick on the top rope. If you can believe that shit, yes, it is as daft as it sounds. Both of them up on the top rope. He jumps upwards, hits a drop kick, comes down, looks like it's come down his face. Nasty. Looks really good. Sabin climbs, but D'Amore stops him. Then Williams drops him onto his knees, a la Atomic Drops. Ref chucks out D'Amore, which is good. Not a good evening for Scott, is it? Rolling suplexes by Petey are very nice. He tries a sharpshooter, but Styles climbs. Petey knocks him down and hits a wicked German suplex and then tries to pin AJ because he's a moron. Styles gets a Pele kick, or a Heskey kick as the RSW boys call it. Sabin ends up on Styles' shoulders. Williams climbs up and then Rana's Sabin off the shoulders. Fucking brilliant. Russian leg sweep gets a... So right, yeah, check this, yeah. That doesn't get one, but a Russian leg sweep gets a TNA. A Russian leg sweep. The guy was just, you know, up and holding on to the ropes, yeah? Let himself fall, lands on Sabin's shoulders and Rana him in midair. That doesn't get a TNA chant, but a Russian leg sweep does. You fucking weird people. Styles and Williams climb the ropes. Sabin pulls Styles down, but Styles is able to springboard off the ropes and clotheslines Williams down. TNA. Sabin climbs. Styles tried to follow, so Sabin Rana's him. Fucking brilliant! No TNA chance for that one. We get to this as awesome one instead. Destroyer is countered into the cradle shock attempt. That in turn is countered into reverse DDT position. But Quick as a flash, AJ Styles does that moonsault DDT that he does. So it's a double DDT. It looks fucking awesome. Holy shit chant for that one. Now Styles climbs, but Sabin springboard drop kicks him off it. I actually gasp. I legitimately, because the way that Styles, it goes down, it looks like coming down on top of his head. He manages to flip around in midair, but for a split second, it looks like he's coming down head first. It looks great. Williams and Styles climb the steel. Petey traps AJ Styles' arm in part of the steel and then pulls him so that his arm is trapped. And then you start going, oh, if that comes into this match at some point, I will give it an extra half a star, right? Check that shit out. Cradle shock for Williams. Sabin climbs. Styles pulls him down. He wants the clash, but Sabin counters into a triangle choke. Styles powerbombs him to escape the clash and then hits the clash, triangle choke, pulling on the arm. Styles powerbombs to escape from the triangle choke and then hits the clash. Styles climbs and the arm gives out. Spooge, fucking superb. Destroyer for Styles and a sweet tornado DDT for Sabin. Williams climbs, but Sabin hits a turnbuckle, Razor's Edge. Why not? Looks so sick. Sabins and Williams climb and then fight over the belt, but Styles, right? So they're up there, they're holding up, so they're upside down, holding on with their arms and their legs onto the ropes, right? Fighting, doing a tug of war with the belt. Styles springboards off the corner, grabs the belt, mine, lands on the mat, wins the match. 19 minutes and 55 seconds go. As the first go, this was pretty damn special. Breathtaking spots, ridiculous pace, a nice touch of psychology in there as well. I thoroughly enjoyed this stuff. Yeah, 4.5. Best match of the year so far, and yeah, this was really good. I don't know why, I've never seen this one before. So I had, you know, like the three ways that are coming up between Daniel, Styles and Joe. I've seen them before. I know that they're going to be wonderful, but I'm wondering if it's going to be a case of why I'm coming out of them. I feel that they might be a bit overrated. Because I've never seen this before, I had no expectations going in, so I just loved it. And then, Jeff Jarrett defeating Monty Brown in a match to retain the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. So fans chant, next world champ at Brown while he's having his in-ring introduction. They know, man. They know. Jeff Jarrett arm drags Brown and does his strut. The crowd are shit hot for Brown. Jeff Jarrett gets a nice drop. I want to say Jeff Hardy, I'm sorry. And then I said Jeff Jarrett and thought I said Jeff Hardy. I'm a fucking tit. And you're subscribed to me. Who's worse? Jeff gets a nice dropkick and struts again and then mocks Brown's pose. The man is being such a dick that you want to see him get knocked the fuck out. It's effective heel stuff and of course it kills time. They've got 16 minutes to go. Brown counters a pair of shoulder tackles and it's a press slam. He follows with a hip toss. Jeff counters a fall-away slam but runs into a power slam for 2. He goes up top for an obligatory top rope nothing. But when Jarrett gets the obligatory leg up, Brown sort of puts the brakes on. No. Spins him round, drops his head into the mid-section. For 2. Brown is knocked to the outside when he tries a clothesline. Jeff Jarrett wants a cross-body, but Brown awkwardly catches him, turns it into a back breaker, which is dangerous because he could have broken his back. He wants to ram Jeff Jarrett into the ring post, but eats the post himself. We go into the crowd, and there's one of those, the actual fuck moments, because there's a fan out there who's got a cardboard cutout of Dolly Parton. And Jeff Jarrett grabs a chair and then just does a double take, and the look of utter disgust that he gives the dude is fucking brilliant. It's the best part of this match so far. Jeff uses the chair because the referee lets him get away with it because that would have been a title change, surely. You're allowed, remember, don't forget, this is important. DQ equals title change. So, he whacks him with the chair, there's a new champion. No? Nah, fuck it. Ha! Uses the chair again, then slams him into the announce table and smashes Dom West's chair onto Brown. That's just evil. Of course, the fans now want tables. No disqualification for any of them. Jeff Jarrett wants the title belt. The referee decides, no, that's too much, and takes the backing belt off him. Jeff Jarrett with a main event sleeper. Brown is able to counter, but Jeff turns it into a shin breaker. Jeff wants the figure 4, but Brown cradles for 2. Double clotheslines give us a 10 count. No TNA champ for this one. Weird people. Brown comes back with a spinning powerbomb for 2. A neckbreaker also gets 2. Stroke is countered and the ref is bumped. Cue Kevin Nash. No, Nash doesn't count. I can't believe it. Jeff gets his guitar, uses it. Cover, only gets 2. Jeff gets a chair, but ends up in an electric chair position, and he smashes the chair into Brown's stomach. But of course, Brown is like, and Jeff's like, ah, fuck. Because of course, gets electric chaired anyway. Fucking great. He uses the chair in the goes around. Anyway, he gets the belt, uses it, because the referee's getting rid of the chair, and the cover only gets 2. And you're just going, with the title belt, only a 2 count. Fuck off. Don't be doing that. And he doesn't just get 2. Brown doesn't just, it's not a kick out. He powers out of it. Pounce, but it hits the damn referee. Jeff finds another guitar under the ring steps. First one didn't work, so why bother using another one, is what I would say. Use something a bit heavier. The shot is blocked, and Jeff eats the chokeslam. Brown gets the guitar, uses it, cover, no referee. New referee comes in, gets 2. Jeff gets the remains of the guitar, uses it, and then hits 3 strokes to get the win at 60 minutes and 17 seconds. The very definition of overbooked. This is an Attitude Era main event when we're not in the Attitude Era. Fucking Christ, it was... Oh! I expected the finish to be... Nash comes out, teases hitting Monty Brown, and then hits Jeff. No, sorry, the other way around. Teases hitting Jeff, and then hits Monty Brown so that Jeff can retain. That's what I was... And it was a setup all along. You know, all the tension between them, all that. All set up. No, nothing. Jarrett just wins. So, yeah, you've got a perfect opportunity to make a new star. Win the match here, you've got a new star. These fans are shit hot for Monty Brown. Put the belt on him, give him the big win over Jeff Jarrett, and you've got a new star. Yeah, that didn't happen. Monty Brown will never be as hot as he is here, I'm pretty certain of that. Oh, man. And, yeah, the weapon shots really got on my nerves. The belt one, because, you know, he does the belt shot, and he's like going, oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. Doesn't kick out. No, he pushes him off, and you're just going, right, okay, fair enough. I shall go 1.5 stars, maybe 2. Look down below and you'll fucking see. I'm not sure at this moment in time. I so wish that the Ultimate X match was the main event of this show, because that main event left a bad taste in the mouth. It was, oh, more of Jarrett, fuck's sake. It's Triple H 2003 all over again for me. The show, that said, the show features 4 matches that are 3 stars or higher. Alright, so that makes it a big thumbs up from me. When the worst match of the night is Hall versus Hardy, and let's be honest, I probably underrated that one compared to most other people. Yeah, that's saying lots, isn't it? There's no duds, there's nothing particularly bad other than the scavenger hunt. Alright? The scavenger hunt doesn't need to be on my TV, but at the same time, it's the only thing that breaks it up the matches, so you've got to let it go. There's no interviews, there's very few interviews on this. So you just got this scavenger hunt to break up the matches. So you're like, all right, we'll actually let it go. 7.5 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Happy days. You know, this is a good show, ladies and gentlemen. I enjoyed this one a lot, as you can probably tell by the length of the vid. So, ladies and gentlemen, next up is the Royal Rumble 2005, where I'm sure nothing significant happened at all, did it? I hope you enjoyed this video. I have been Mark P. As always, please leave me a comment down below. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Leave a like if you would. Check me out on Twitter. Check me out on Facebook, and I will see you all very soon. Take it easy. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.